Hi beautiful people, how are you all doing today? My name is Mark and I love making things sweet and in style. If you are new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And this is where I do anything and everything creative. So for today, I'll be sharing with you a very special flower that's very easy to make without using any veiners and without using any cutters at all. And the good thing, this is also non-wired. This flower is actually requested by Tiny M. Kahigal. So if you're watching, this is your flower request. And if you have a flower that you wanted to learn, please do let me know in the comment section below and I'll be happy to make that for you. Okay, and I would like to greet a very fast shout out to Ellie Gonzalvo. How are you doing? I'm wishing you good health, stay safe, and keep blooming. So this is what the carnation flower looks like. You see that? It's very pretty. I'm going to share with you all the tips and tricks on how I made this one. Okay, see that? It's very pretty. So what are you waiting for? Let's start. Okay, so the very first thing you need if you're making a carnation flower is actually the base and the stem. So for the stem, you can use wire number 18 of floral wire. But what I'm using now is a barbecue stick or barbecue skewers. Okay, so I wrapped it in floral tape so it's cohesive. So what you need to do, you need to get small amount of Gumpaste. Okay, and then you just cover just like that and then twist and twist. Okay. Make sure that it sticks on place. It becomes sticky. Get a little bit of cornstarch and continue twisting, okay? You need to let this dry half a day or overnight and then you'll have something like so. Okay, so for this time, we will not use any specific cutter. So what we'll use is a pizza cutter, or if you have a sharp knife, you can also use that. So we'll have to measure around 1 inches, okay? You can also go half an inch, and then we will cut just straight like that. And then once you're done cutting, you need to put this on a sealed container or let's say a Ziploc so it won't dry out, okay? So it's like sheets of pasta. And then later on, I'll show you how to treat each and every petal. Okay, so right now we have here one strip. So this is still a bit thick. So what you need to do, I'll dab cornstarch and then using your rolling pin, you just need to roll it again so that it will be thinner, okay? Sometimes when you're rolling it, it's a little bit curving. That's okay. Don't have to worry about that. Okay, just like so. Okay, and then after that, using your cutter, okay, or if you have a knife, you just need to create small cuts randomly, okay? So the cuts should be very small, okay? Not too big. It's actually around 0.5 centimeter, okay? Just creating small cuts. Okay, and then since this is long, I'll cut it straight. And then we'll work with this one first. So you need to get your foam pad. Okay? And then what you will do, using your smaller ball tool, the smallest ball tool, we'll close it up. Okay, that's better. You see that? Okay. So since we have small cuts here, that's just where you'll be pushing, okay, so as to create ruffles and fringes, just like so, okay? And then after that, using your barbecue stick, I'll just create lines, okay, just like that. This is for the natural veinings of the petal. Okay, and then I'll cut this because this is too long. So when you're doing this, you need to cut at least 1.5 inches or 2 inches, okay, per petal. So I'm just gonna cut this here. Okay, and then this one also, just like that. And then you need to get your edible glue. So for the edible glue, this is just 2 tablespoons of warm water, and then I added 1/4 teaspoon of tylose powder. Okay, and then what I will do, I'll just go ahead and create a very small line, okay, with edible glue. Just like that. See that? Okay, and then I have to crumple this randomly, okay? Just do it randomly. Just like that. Okay, so you'll have something like so. See that? So we need to create another one. Okay. See that? So basically, you need to make all of the petals like so. Okay, and then later we will arrange it on our base. Okay? Okay, so right now, here's the base of our flower. Okay. So what you need to do now, you need to dab out edible glue, okay, on our petals first. Okay, just very little, not too much. Because if you put too much, it's going to slide. Okay, and then just press. Okay, so that it sticks. So it's very important that the base is already dry before you start adding petals, okay? See that? Because if it's not yet fully dry, you'll encounter some problems, okay? So this should be really, really dry. See that? Okay, so if you can make this more compact, the better. See that? Okay, it's not on focusing. Hello? Okay, it should be like that. Okay, just like so. So, yeah, continue adding and adding petals. And then it's similar to how you make roses. So upper, going down, going down, going down. Just like that until you're done. Okay, see that? So the center should be really, really compact. That's the secret to a very nice carnation, okay? And then later we will dust. So if you want to work faster, normally what you can do is you can treat all the strips and then you put it inside the container once it's all treated, and then after that, once you're done, you start assembling, okay? So that's how we'll do it for today. Okay, so you see here, I kept on adding and adding petals. Okay, so what you need to do when you're adding petals, so let's say this is the last petal, okay, that we added. Hello, focus. Okay, so the next petal should be underneath a little bit, okay, because we're slightly going lower and opening, okay? And then the center, you should always close this more, Because if you look at the real carnations, the center is a little bit more compact, okay? So if you can just play around with it, making it more compact, just like that. Okay, and then the outer petal should be opening little by little, okay? See that? It's very pretty. And then sometimes, if this gets too thick, you can actually decrease this one, okay? So if this is too thick, you can actually just take some parts just to minimize the size, okay? And then if it's a little bit sticky, you just add a little bit of cornstarch and then just dab it in so that it won't affect how you add petals, okay? See, that is very pretty. It's coming to life. So we just continue and then I'll show you how it looks like. Okay, so we're almost done with our carnation. You see that? It's very pretty and it's really lifelike. So we need to add more petals. So I have here a tip. If you find it hard to actually cut and thin out the petals because it's drying out too fast, which is very normal for gum paste, this is a blue flap, okay? If you don't have this, you can use 2 pieces of acetate, okay? Just put them together. And then what you need to do, same procedure. So I'll just create small cuts here, just like that, okay? So once you have that small cuts, you need to put this inside the 2 pieces of plastic, okay? And then this is where you'll be using the ball tool to actually push and press, okay? So that while you're doing this, it will not dry out. Okay, see that? Okay, we're shaking, okay? So same procedure, but this avoids your petals from drying out, okay? Just like so. You see that? It's very nice. And then what you need to do, right after you thinned it out, you take it out. And then I'll just go around the sides, okay? Just to make it cup and to have movements. And then again, using the barbecue stick, just go on the sides. Okay, and then we will cut this in pieces like that. Okay, and then I have another tip, an easier way of how you can stick petals. Okay, so but this one you can only do this once you're already done with the center, okay? So what you need to do now, okay, so I'll be adding some edible glue on the bottom part, very little, not too much, okay? And then I will take my petal and then I will just stick it in on place just like that. And then gently I squeeze until I feel that it's already attached, okay? Just like so. So what you create is a natural wave of petal, you see that? Okay, and then I'll do again the other one. Place, okay, and then attach, and attach, and attach, okay? And then press until you feel that it's locked on place, okay? And then that's what you'll have. See that? Hello, focus. Okay, there you have it. Okay, so you need to add more and more layers until we are done, okay? Okay, so right now we're actually done with the flower. So you see that there's so many layers. Okay, and then there's so many movements. And then what I advise, okay, always make the center compact, okay, because that will make your carnation very pretty if the center is very, very compact, okay? And then you have to let this dry fully before you can start dusting, okay? Especially the petals are really, really thin, okay? So you see that? It's very pretty. So now we'll be adding a green part here, okay? Which is the calyx of the flower. Okay, so just leave it here. I'll show you how to mix in color green. So what I have here is ordinary color yellow. I'll be adding some green. Okay, so right now we added some color with our color yellow. So first, this is yellow, but you can actually use color white and then just add color green and then add color blue, okay? Because the color of the carnation stem and the calyx is actually bluish green, okay? See that? It's very pretty. It's coming to life. Okay, so we'll be adding the calyx now. So first, you need to get around, oops, like a small ball around 1 inch, okay, just like so, or 1.5 centimeter, okay. And then what you'll do now, okay, so first you smoothen it out on your hands, okay, and then after that you need to put this here at the bottom, just like that. So just press, okay, make sure it locks on place, and then gently push, okay, slightly push, not too much, be careful, okay, especially if your petals are not yet fully dry, be careful in actually pressing, okay, just like so, see that, okay. And then we'll get some more because we need to connect for the stems, okay. So just put some paste there. Add some cornstarch if it's a little bit sticky. It's normal because the heat of our hands actually makes the gum paste or fondant sticky, okay? So just twist it because the stem should be really thin, okay? And then later I'll show you how to attach leaves as soon as we're done with the stem. Okay, see that I'm just twisting, going down. Okay, and then after that, what you need to do, you need to get your pliers, okay, or your tweezers, okay, and then we'll create small spikes. Okay, so just pinch because these should be really spiky. Just like that. Okay, and then after that, you can use your pizza cutter actually to create lines, or if you have a tool like this one, the knife tool. Okay, so I don't have my knife tool with me. Oh, it's here. If you have a knife tool like this, you can just create lines. Okay. Just like that. Okay, the deeper the better, but not too deep, okay? And then after that, I'll show you how to attach leaves. Okay, so right now we're actually done treating the calyx and the stem. You see that? If you can make this thinner, the better, okay? And then you see that's our layers of so many petals. You see that? It's very pretty. Okay, so what you need to do now, we need to add accents such as leaves. Okay, so this is how you make leaves for carnation. Okay, so first you need to get small ball, okay, around half a centimeter, okay, just like that. And then I'll be getting smaller 3 or 4 pieces of balls. Okay, just like that. This is an additional to the calyx. Okay, so we'll first work with the leaves so that it will dry out while we're working with the smaller ones. So you need to roll it on your palm, okay, or on your foam pad until it's very long. Okay, it should be long and thin, okay, just like that. And then using your ball tool, you just need to press, okay, just like that. Then same procedure, just roll out. And then later we will dust this with color blue, okay, because the stems of carnation is bluish green. It's not pure green, okay? So flat. And then after that, I would just like to add some accents. So using your BBQ skewers, just create one straight line, okay? Or two. Okay. And then pinch the end so that it's really pointed. Okay, so we have to let this dry first and then we'll work on with the additional for the calyx. Okay, so I create here small circles, just like that. Make it a little oval, but not too much. Okay, and then using your ball tool, I'll just flat this. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Oops, and then 4. Okay. And then what you need to do now, you need to choose one side. Okay, I will pinch this one. One side pinch. One side pinch. Okay, flat. Because it should be a little oval and pointed. Okay, and then after that, once you have this 4 or 3, normally if you look at the real carnation, this is 3 or 4 pieces. But this is optional. If you want to make it realistic, you need to add this cute little budlets. Okay, so I'll just add some glue here. Okay, at the bottom part of our calyx, you see that? And then I'll just get one and add. Okay, just like so. See that? Okay, and then we'll be using our knife tool again to blend this because this needs to be blended. Okay, just like that. See that? And then you can actually blend it with your fingers if you can. Okay, and then just twist, twist, twist. If you cannot, using your ball tool, just press. Okay, so there you have it. It should look like so. You see that? And then later, once this is fully dry, we'll start dusting and also our leaves. Okay, so basically when this is already dry, you can tell that if you try to hold it upright, it will hold its shape. Okay, so what you need to do, you just need to glue this here, okay, on this side. Okay, so you need to let this dry first. Okay, so right now we're actually done with our carnation. You see that? So since the leaves is already dry, I already attach it. But I do have another tip. Did you know that you can actually make a leaf of the carnation just using a floral tape? Okay, so that's what I'll teach you now. So what I have here is a 3 inches size of a floral tape. So you just need to expand to activate the stickiness. Okay, twist one side. Okay, pardon me for my hands. There's a lot of colors. Okay, and then make it pointed. just like so. So once you have something like this, this is what you'll use to gently attach on the stem, just like that, okay? So that it would look like a leaf. And of course, you have to dust it later. So as you see, we have color blue. The reason behind carnation stem and leaves are actually blue-green. It's not pure green, okay? So you need to have some glows of color blue. Okay, just like that. You see that? And then here for the bud that we did earlier, you have to do the same. Just add some blue accents. Okay. And then we're already done, so we move this aside. Okay, and then we'll get very little yellow just to dust the inner part. Okay, not too much, very little. Okay, so that it has a creamy white glow at the center. And then after that, we'll be using our gel color, okay? So I'll add some water here on the color yellow part. And then you need to get your finer brush. Okay, so what I will do, I'll paint this. This should be, some parts are yellowish, okay? Some parts are blue, some parts are yellowish for this one. Okay, see that? So it's a little bit shiny, but once it dries, this will be very matte, okay? So you don't have to worry if there's a little bit of shine. Once this is dry, it's gonna be very matte. Okay, and then just to make it cohesive, just draw some like that, okay? And then we do the same with this one. Okay, and then of course, to make it more realistic, some parts we will add a little bit of brown, okay, just browning on the edge. See that? So this is just for the details. Hello, focus. Okay. And then on the inner part there, so these are like the very first petals and they're about to rot, so we have to put some like brownish details on those parts, okay? And then we're done. So now we will assemble this. I would want to add this one, the bud, so I'll place it here just a little bit below. See that? And then I'll add this leaf that we made from the floral tape, okay, just for you to see the difference. And then I'll add the other one, okay, just like that. And then you need to get your floral tape, expand to activate the stickiness, and then okay, it's then just twist. And then of course you have to dust this out. Oops, what happened to the leaf? Okay, we accidentally broke one leaf. Okay, just like so. And this one should be really pointed. Okay. So there you have it. This is your carnation flower. We accidentally broke one leaf, okay? So we'll fix that later. Okay, so there you have it. See that? It's very pretty. This is our carnation flower, okay?